secrets. You want the fire, look for me. Heat, seeking. Ether.
What's good, man? We back for another episode of Nothing But Heat. Man, we coming off a holiday weekend, 4th of July. We kind of got it in 3 straight days.
Yeah, kinda.
You was drinking, G.
I was. And believe it or not, I was straight. It was you.
Yeah.
That's your man.
I had an episode where I grayed out. You know what I'm saying? Graying out when you kind of just like, you physically there, mentally you sleep. I don't remember shit.
You weren't too weak though. You weren't throwing up or nothing.
Nah, I just don't remember shit.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
You had a good time, right?
Yeah, it was good, but it all started when as soon as we walked in, shots were just delivered instantly.
Facts.
Yeah, so it was
It might have been the bud before, but
it was definitely the bug before.
you know, shit happens.
Yeah,
Learned a valuable lesson. I need to always valet.
Facts. Oh shit. Facts.
With the truck I have now, I need to valet.
You know the worst shit in the world,
God.
the worst feeling when they only want to let people in because of what they wearing, then you go in and see the motherfuckers
Yeah, dang.
wearing something
Going
10
out,
times worse.
going out is overrated as fuck to me, man. Like, I ain't a big club person, you know what I'm saying? I just like kicking it with my peoples.
But going out to Chicago Chicago downtown be lame as hell.
Yeah, dressed like a deacon.
Yeah, just like a deacon.
But
right?
even then you don't. It's just they just be.
It's all about who you know, man.
Yeah,
You just gonna give you a hard
know.
time. But I'm sorry, you can't.
A lot of times you don't really want to know the
Like, you
motherfucker.
tell a motherfucker they can't wear a hat in the club, but it's a nigga in there with a whole Nike Just Do It outfit on with some Nike roaches.
And mind you, Buddy not in VIP. He don't have a section. It's just.
And he got there early, shit.
I guess.
Yeah, you know how it go.
Ugly.
You know how it go. All right, man. So, man, we're gonna start things off, man. We got a good topic for the show today. You know, it's a topic that we all can relate to. We're gonna speak on black men and health. You know, something that really is not talked about. You know, just to throw a couple statistics out there that I found on CDC website. Black men live 7 years less than any other race. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of big. You know? Yeah, it is wild. It is wild. So I kind of want to dabble into why is it that health isn't a big thing in the black community, especially with black men? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that we don't take health as serious? Or why is it that, we have so many shortcomings when it comes to health? You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I kind of realized is I read that 44% of black men are considered overweight. Now that could be kind of, because you know what I'm saying, the BMI thing is like, you may be considered overweight. They might consider me overweight. I'm 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? They may consider me overweight. You know what I'm saying?
My way.
37% are considered obese. And then 14% of black men aren't insured. So that could be
real.
One of the reasons. But let's start off, the first thing I want to kind of get into is why is it that you think we suffer from these health issues?
We fucking screwed from the beginning. It's what they surround our communities with. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it G. Like, how many of us, when we was growing up, eating fucking Flaming Hots with fucking
hot crunchy
cheese,
cheese, girl.
and cheese, and we don't even call that shit ground beef, cheese and meat.
Yeah. Right. Probably not even ground beef
Right.
at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like,
that shit is in the crock pot for weeks.
Every corner got a fried food spot, a liquor
That's
store,
one
and,
thing.
and things
And a
like that.
Every corner has a fried chicken and liquor. Like the food options that we have in the hood. You said what?
It's jerk chicken now. Everywhere
Yeah,
they got
G,
jerk
man.
chicken.
Man, motherfuckers jerk anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of candy stores. I mean, all that's fine and cool. It's okay to have sweets, but the intake that we were taking, it got out of control. And we all was eating terrible back then, but we was kids, you could wear it off. But as you get older, you can't keep that in your diet. And then the sad thing about it is, I always say, we see a lot of elderly people, pass away due to cancer. I'm like, man, how the hell that shit pop up? Like, I believe it's just all based on how the fuck we was eating, how they were eating back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people wasn't watching what they were eating. They were just happy to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, your grandma, you know what I'm saying, you cooking, they cooking pig feet, they eating chitlins, they eating greens, they eating all this, you know what I'm saying, sweet stuff and things like that. And it's good at the moment, but you kind of see it and you look back like, man.
So you think diet or the way we eat over time is like
over time? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it now. You don't eat that shit like.
Nah, Jay.
You don't eat that shit like that anymore. And
but you
it's
know
the
what
cheapest.
it is too. I was just about to say
cheapest.
the part that comes with it is the financial freedom too, because just like you said, we was just happy to eat.
Right.
Like think about back in the day, like when we was growing up, how many? I felt like way more. Everyone kind of still be on Link and stuff like that, but back when I was growing up, I felt like there were way more people who were on Link and food stamps or whatever back in the day, more than it is now. I feel like
it's more now. I think.
I personally don't. I don't
think
see
it's more
it.
now.
I think people kind of grow up with that mentality of getting Link. Like, you know what I'm saying? They like, you get a Link card.
But you know what it is too. Then maybe I think of it wrong, but people do get Link, especially now with the pandemic situation. But people be using it to get like a lot different food. Back then, you'll get the government.
Oh, you getting government cheese? And
Yeah,
noodles.
all that stuff. Yeah, noodles and stuff. But like, I feel like now people.
I saw fucking Harold's at one time taking a Link card.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, obviously they know what the fuck we're doing. They love black people love chicken. Black people love chicken. They definitely know black people in Chicago love fucking Harold's. You know, but like it just it's definitely our diet and another term is like exercising. You know what I'm saying? Like
we don't exercise.
we don't
after
exercise.
you know.
Like I get it. A lot of black people we go through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Working hard, things like that. But that's a scary stat to say. You know what I'm saying? 7 years.
7 years.
That's a lot of time. You know what I'm saying?
Not to
Like,
add on, you know, we all got our vices. We
Yeah.
smoke, we may drink. You know, some people may do harsher drugs.
Yeah.
You know, which can also, you know what I'm saying,
lessen your life.
lessen your lifespan.
and they
you feel
think
me?
right, and they think because it's not happening right now, it's not going to affect them in the future. Trust me, that shit. Listen, man, it's just like I look at people sometimes. I'd be like, man, you ever seen somebody with a tattoo on their arm, and then you know what I'm saying, like they 60, 70 years old, like damn, like that shit don't look as good. You know what I'm saying? But they show you back then. Like, man, I'm like, oh, that shit was, you know what I'm saying, nice. That's how it is with the food. Like, you and the drugs, like, you doing these drugs now, we watch the bam, that shit over time, your eyes gonna start getting baggy, you know what I'm saying, the hair falling out, your skin looking, you know, you just look like you're decaying over time.
And it ages for a lot of people faster, like, because people are doing, like, I feel like they're doing harsher drugs sooner. It's like their body is, like, trying to adjust to handle it, you know, on more of a consistent basis, and it's like people aging. Like I'll be seeing like 20-year-olds that look like they 40 in the face and stuff like that, like men and women, because it's just like, you know, I you know, just looking at like, dang, like you look grown, like you look like you going through real harsh life.
They need to stop that term. What they say, black don't crack. No, some of these motherfuckers is cracking.
Yeah.
Motherfucking the whole concrete on them is fucking cracking. Earthquake. Like. It's all about taking care of yourself. Like you say, even when you go into the gym, it ain't all about just lifting that fucking iron. You gotta fucking use some cardio. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your heart going.
You gotta find your balance.
You know?
But the thing,
and drinking water.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, just don't drink
it's
water.
crazy.
No
People
more.
don't drink water. They drink a lot of pop.
Not even that pop. RC pop.
RC pop. That shit worse. Like, cause I mean, we all grew up on big ass pictures of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? You drinking
my
it.
mom laugh at me to this day because I be like, I'm like, what are you doing? Make Kool-Aid? Oh, you too good for Kool-Aid? Like,
Man,
no,
I
I'm
can't
not
drink that
finna
shit.
dump this shit in there and add all this shit. That shit was good then, but as you get old, once you start eating right, once you eat some bullshit, you could just, you know it was some bullshit. Like, man, this shit too damn sweet, this shit. And I'm a candy person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a candy person. But when I say something too damn sweet, that shit too damn
Chick-fil-A
sweet.
lemonade type shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know
Like, that shit
Like,
too
I
damn
had
sweet.
some water in that shit.
Yeah, I had a Chick-fil-A lemonade for the first time in a long time today, and I couldn't even finish it.
Yeah, bro, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But the whole diet and the eating situation, it kind of becomes like hard for people to adapt, and it's hard for people to change the way they eat.
People don't like change.
People don't like change. And,
Older people
and
don't
people
like change.
think like, you know, oh, it don't taste as good. You just gotta find different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is, I have a lot of men in my family that's passed away in their 40s and 50s. When you're a shorty, you think, oh, that's kind of old. He's 40. That's young as fuck.
That's young as shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's young as fuck. So that kind of made me switch how, you know what I'm saying, I eat. Now, granted, I smoke weed. I drink. You know what I'm saying? I don't abuse it, you know, but I do it. I know I do it, you know what I'm saying? So I have to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm working out, I'm active, you know what I'm saying? I really try to watch what I eat. You know what I'm saying? I try not to eat like, nowadays food scares me. Like chicken wings, they be jumbo as fuck, and then they be cheap. Yeah. And then you look at the small wings, they're like $1 something more than like, why is that? You know what I'm saying? You're looking at this shit like, no reason you should go and be able to get $1 hamburger from a restaurant and eat that shit. Yeah. Like that shit is fucking poison. Yeah. But people don't see that shit. They just eat it. They enjoy it.
Man, you go a long time without eating some McDonald's or some fast food.
Yeah.
I did it for I went months without doing it one time. Then late at night, that's the only thing going. I'm starving. Ate that shit, man.
Sometimes you gotta go to bed starving.
Yeah, I'm like, man.
You know what I'm saying? In the hood, we don't have no choices. Yeah. Like we have no choice. You got Maxwell's late at night. That's it. And it's kind of crazy because you'll go downtown and you find like a Sweet Green, a Roadie. Yeah. We don't got none of that shit accessible in the hood.
And also, that should be closed at a certain time. Yeah. Why is this shit open at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning? You're not even supposed to be eating that late.
Yeah, that's true. Like
let's just keep it real. Like you're not supposed to be eating that late. Like that shit should be closed. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit around a certain time is closed. You know what I'm saying? Businesses are closed down. They're not gonna put a Sweet Green because some people stuck in their way. Like my grandfather, I love him to death.
It's a little expensive.
That man said he called salad rabbit food. He called that shit rabbit. I'm not eating no rabbit food. He like, that's what rabbits eat. I'm like, man, this is what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? But go back to what we saying. It's cheaper.
Older people are very stubborn.
The most stubborn people in the world.
Very stubborn with their way.
It's only stubborn people I know, like for sure. Like some people you can change their thought. Only stubborn people I know are older people and Jared. And Juice. Juice, who's not here right now. He's the most stubborn. Like you literally would tell him like, listen, I got a whole petition saying that shit is weak. Like, how many people, I'm like, the whole south side of Chicago saying this shit is weak. Like, look, bro, like, your mother's name is on here. This shit is weak. And he would literally say, no, this is fucking excellent.
I don't care.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. but like, older people, they're stuck in their ways.
Yeah, with the eating.
And but especially with I be trying to tell my grandfather, he done an excellent job. Like the only thing he really drinks is coffee and water. That's the only, and he lost a lot of weight.
Because people don't realize like, oh, I'm drinking juice. Juice contains so much sugar in it, and you gotta. And one thing about eating now, I have to say like, and it took me a while to start doing this. You have to read the labels. Yeah. Like I take time when I go to the store. I'm like, damn, you look at the shit in there, the amount of sugar in there,
this is another story too, though. But motherfuckers ain't reading.
They ain't reading, but I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta think about the long run. Own one thing. I don't give a fuck how much shit you have, how much shit you got. You own one thing ever in your life, and that's your body. Yeah. That's the only thing you will ever gonna own. Cause once that's gone, you gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing you own. You don't own the shoes and the cars, all that shit you take away. That's the only thing you own is your body. So people gotta really, especially black men, like really gotta start taking care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? It gotta become like a habit, like everything else become. Smoking weed became a habit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It become a fad, a trend. You know what I'm saying? Once somebody be like, man, I'm gonna start being healthy, it may turn the culture of things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all a culture thing.
I just don't like that someone has to pass away because of health reasons for somebody to like, okay, I need to get my shit together. I just think, like you said, like us as a collective, black men, that's a stat that people should know. You know, like just do a little research. Like, man, let me get my act together. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, just be laid out. You want to be there for your family. You want to be able to see your great grandchildren. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. You know, but it definitely starts with our eating habits. But like I said before, I think the older generation, you see so many older people with cancer, and I'm just like, this is a theory of mine. I'm like, it's gotta be because of what the fuck they was eating back then. Yeah. They didn't have the options like that. I don't even think it's a race thing. Like people in general didn't have that many, you know, I don't think they ate that well.
It's a class thing, you know. It's a class thing.
Organic food wasn't like as big of a thing as it is now. Yeah, like now that's what I'm saying. Like now
you got families quicker to, number one, rice is fucking cheapest shit in the world. It fills everybody up. You frying foods, you know what I'm saying, it's quick, you know what I'm saying, compared to putting it in the oven. A lot of people, it take a lot of people like to eat baked chicken took a lot of people to do. You know what I'm saying? They always want the shit fried. You know what I'm saying? And I used to only like fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? And now people got air fryers and things like that. You know, to try to switch it up. Stop putting breading on y'all air fryer food. And you supposed to air fry it for a healthy reason. Like motherfuckers be putting breading on that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit defeat the purpose of an air fryer. Like
I want it quicker, but I still want that shit.
Yeah, like that makes no sense. Like, stop doing that, people. Like, that defeats the purpose of getting the air fryer. You might as well throw that shit in some grease. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, though, another thing that I've seen. Hang on, let me find this right here.
I was gonna ask you, like, through your research, what have you found in terms of like the causes of like our
health?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question because I got it right here. Heart disease and cancer total 43% of death in black men. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Heart disease and cancer. Like nowadays, it's a cancer for everything. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Cancer just comes cancer just kind of hit people. You don't really know the cause, but I think we should start taking more precautionary ways of how we do certain things.
More checkups too.
More checkups. That's another thing I was getting to.
Listen, bro. You can't put a price on. Listen, I know you stated the insurance thing. Like most black men not insured. I mean, most people don't even have fucking car insurance. So that we're not gonna go with health insurance. So I know they're car insurance. Listen, you can't put a price on your health. I don't. Oh man, a lot of people who not insured are scared to go to the doctor because of the price. Listen,
people probably scared of the results too.
Yeah,
they don't want to find out things. So they like fuck it.
I'm pretty sure, but that's fucked up because that's an irresponsible thing for you because, especially as a black man, we're here to support and provide for our family. Mm-hmm. So if I'm gone because I didn't do my due diligence or want to be a responsible adult to go get a fucking checkup 3 times a year at the least. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because you was scared of the results that they could probably prevent you from, you know what I'm saying, 6 feet under and help you, or you just scared to pay the price. I don't give a fuck if it was $2 million. If someone says, hey, we need to take this cancerous lump or whatever out of you, things like that, this the price. I don't care about the price. You go. I'd rather worry about that alive than 6 feet under and I don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, like, trying to get a little real. I have a form of leukemia, which is a form of blood cancer.
Man, I thought you was dying at one time.
Yeah, so like a couple years back in like 2014 to 15, I was just having a real bad string of headaches one day, and I just couldn't. It just wouldn't go away. And this is like an example of what you're saying, like you just have to just go get checked out. Mm-hmm. So like that was the first time I ever felt like something was wrong and I needed to go see somebody. I can't just, so I thought like I just had the headaches and then I would sleep all the time. And then after I go to work, like if I had nothing to do, I would sleep all day. And when I went to the doctor, it was like, all right, we're gonna do some blood tests, you know, you should be cool, but you seem okay, but we'll still do some blood draws since you feel concerned. I did the blood test, like a week went by, and they called me, it was just like, where are you currently? I'm like, on my way to work. It was like, don't go to work, come to the hospital right away.
Scary as fuck.
Bro, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Crazy trouble, come on.
I mean, but you should get blood work done like twice a year.
So, with that, I got that done, and the good thing about it is the form of leukemia I have is not terminal. It's called chronic myeloid leukemia. I can live my life as normal as possible. Nothing changes. I just have to pop a pill once a day. You know what I'm saying? Which is perfect. I don't have to do the real chemotherapy, none of that kind of stuff. It's not like that. Mm-hmm. But like I was on the verge. My spleen was like, it was like a week before I set up to start working out. And my spleen would have ruptured if I would have worked out like that Tuesday. Like I planned on it. Like Monday was the day I was going to work, and they called me Tuesday. I planned to go work out. Yeah, it would have been in. Man, so, but it's just like
you hear a lot of stories like that though. That people find something wrong with them. Who is that?
And they
Paris LeVert.
Yeah, and they don't know the cause.
Doing physical. You're just doing regular physical.
And the one that got it, if he didn't get traded, he had a heart. You know what I'm saying? Murmur. You know what I'm saying?
So and that's the thing too, like you said, like they don't even know the cause. They're just like, this is just something that just can randomly pop up in certain people. There's no pattern to it. So it's just one of those things. Like if you feel like something is different in your body, you feel sick. Like even if it ends up being something as petty as a cold, especially with everything with COVID going on.
Yeah.
Like go get it checked out. Don't waste your time trying to say, oh, I'll fight through this. Like if it's something that you feel ain't normal, go get it checked out because you never know what could happen. And you know it's better to be safe than sorry because sorry could equal death in some scenarios. Not to bring this down completely, but like that's just real.
Something that is real talk. Yeah. Like you got to talk about it. You got to go to the doctor. You got to get checked up. Like I had seen another stat that said like black men have a high rate of dental issues that are preventable. You know what I'm saying? Like people just have like problems going on. They just don't go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like
I can believe it.
Like, no one goes to the dentist.
I do.
No, I'm just saying like in general. I said
but it took, I didn't go for 6 years.
Yeah, that's
I
what
didn't go
I'm
for
saying,
6 years, and I just like, man, I had dental insurance.
Yeah,
for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going. And I was just like, I'm tweaking, bro. Like,
a lot of these jobs, they in that insurance that you have with the dental is included.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
Like even going to dentist get your teeth cleaned is probably like $100, $200.
You're supposed to get your teeth cleaned at least every 6 months.
Yeah, and I went 6 years. I'm like, damn, I was tweaking, bro. Like,
motherfuckers be nasty as hell out here, bro.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's legitimately their fault. Why their health is like that. It's legitimately your fault. Like it's nothing stopping you from actually going to the dentist or going to the doctor just to get a physical or a checkup. It's a checkup and then you can go on from there. Now other things that happen, like you said, I think the heart rate, stuff like that shit can happen because niggas.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, niggas is tired of their wives or kids. You talking about like kids and wives dropping fucking crazy, had a heart attack, like.
But one of the things too is just like sometimes like a lot of people feel like what I've seen. I'm not saying a lot, but it is a certain percentage of people who feel as though like they'll take off work to go on vacation and kick it, but they won't take off work to say like, let me go to I got a doctor's appointment today.
Priorities, bro.
Yeah, I mean I get to the money, but you can't get to the money. What was something I heard recently? Your biggest asset in life is yourself. If you can't take care of yourself or you're not able to go to work and do all that kind of stuff because you're sick or not got your health in order, everything else doesn't matter. Like you said, you only got one body. Like,
and you know when your health is an issue. Like certain things, especially if you ever seen somebody that's technically not out of shape, you know, just red size, you know, frame body, and they just walked and then they sit down there. Like, man, you okay? You breathing hard? You know what I'm saying? This, I'm not even saying like a obese person or someone's heavy. It's like just a regular person. He's like, man, or they body aching. They like, you 20-something years old, you talking about your knees hurt? Like go get it checked out.
I think, man, like you said, so with that lifestyle, getting stuff checked out, hospital bills, insurance can become an issue. It can be costly. But now you have to just find ways. I think you have to find ways to get some type of medical insurance. I mean, you can get Obamacare. I think Obamacare is back open.
It's still a thing because
Rob said the job that provides that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody not gonna get a job. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but the thing is, like an example is
get a medical card.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's medical cards out there. You know, like if you don't have a job, you know, like you can always still get insured. Actually, for your taxes, you get charged if you don't have insurance. So if you're expecting a refund, you lose money for not being insured for every month you're not insured. Especially like, and they give you like timelines. Like, all right, between this time and this time, you have to go ahead and, you know, to open booking for insurance is available. Get it. You don't pay nothing. Especially if you like someone who don't have income, you can get insured. You
just got to research, but people don't, like you said, people don't read. People don't read. I was just talking to him earlier, like, man, about you know, saying we just got an EIN number for something. I just like, I see people pay people for not knocking nobody hustle who does this, but people are paying people to get an LLC and
get them
EIN number. It's like all you gotta do is fucking read.
You know
what I'm saying? Like all you gotta do is go on the website, read the shit, and apply for the shit.
The main thing that fucked up reading was technology. You know, when we were younger, you go take a shit. You get in there with a magazine, a book, something, the back of something. No one can take a shit cool without reading something. Yeah. It's like Everybody, you're lying if you said back then. If you sat on the shit, or like if whoever is taking a shit and you're doing nothing, you're probably
a psychopath.
fucking,
You're a killer.
You're probably fucking Ted Bundy. You're Ted Bundy at night, and you fucking I don't know who else in the morning. That's fucking no one does that, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's like going to sleep. TV, that's nothing. You just start off and just go straight to sleep. Like no, that doesn't happen. But like you used to read everything. Like
we read a lot more.
The newspaper, something which you like. But now it's everything's this. So no one's everything. People think just supposed to fall in their hands nowadays. Like you said, to get a LLC or EIN number. Like even the people that's doing the PPP loans. Like just think about it. You're paying someone to do something that you can do. How the hell did you think they learn how to do it? Read.
Yeah.
Learn. Like you think about it. You just pay somebody
But you know the
thousands of dollars to read.
You know the crazy part too? You don't even have to read. There's YouTube videos about it.
YouTube. But that
utilizing the technology.
That comes. I think with the whole health issue, that comes with, we just have to know what we can access to our benefit. Like I've been seeing like in the city, like it's been like free food giveaways, and a lot of times they give you them boxes. I went to one of them, they gave you boxes. I ain't eating the meat and shit that they gave you, but they give you a big ass box of fruit, vegetables, lettuce, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It was free. They did this like every Tuesday for about 5-6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't take advantage of that shit.
People not eating fruit either.
People not eating fruit. You gotta substitute that fruit for that candy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do it. It's hard because I like candy. I like chips. You know what I'm saying? But I had to stop. I just stopped buying the shit in my house.
Yeah.
Like if I want it, if I'm out, I get it. But the shit ain't in my house. I got water in my house. No junk food. It sucks sometimes because I get the munchies.
Snack, yeah.
I get the munchies. I ain't gonna lie to you. I get the munchies.
And we not here to say you can't eat none of the stuff. Like we all have a cheat day. We all You know what I'm saying? Want something.
But it can't be every day.
It can't be every day. You know what I'm saying? Like the
day.
gyro dipped and all that. That's cool. But if you eating that 3 or 4 times a day, you going down the wrong. Man. But we have stats. We have everything that's been told to us. That's like, hey, this is not the route to go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's telling you. Like
it's the reason why
it's foreseeing everything. It's like, hey, listen here. There's people that eating this woo. You're not gonna live to 67, so you should stop right now. And people like, well, fuck it. Like
people don't pay attention. Like you say, like why the fuck are we dying the earliest from health issues?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So are we saying not only we're dying early, not only because of health issues, but we're also saying that we're not educating ourselves.
Right, exactly.
And just doing the basic.
It's the same shit.
And
we're doing the same shit.
But you know where it could kind of change? It changes like basically from now. Like an example is you have a daughter. You can instill those habits into her now. Like, of course, like we know better, but it's just like, from now that we know better, it's up to us to make sure like everybody that we come in contact that we can affect and change, we make that change. Like I've seen you do it before. Like when Harley wants something, like some candy or something, like you'll say no, not right now. Or we're gonna do this first. And then sometimes you'll like we joked around earlier, you'll use it as a bribe. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, okay, every day you come with daddy, you gonna get candy and chips all the time. Like no, I'm gonna give you your real food, and if you act right, I'll give you
your snacks. And that's the thing about it. And when she was born, when me and her mother was going through it, she wanted her to not eat meat. Well, she's a pescatarian, so she doesn't eat like chicken, stuff like that. And I didn't understand it. Obviously, she did her research, and she was doing the research like grown people digestive system can't even digest that food correctly. So if we can't digest that food correctly, how is this infant or this toddler going to digest this food correctly? She can't technically. And you just got to find other ways to provide for those
nutrients.
The nutrients, And with her physician, Harley's physician at first, the lady was kind of opposed for us to have her as a pescatarian. But when we went through it, she was like, well, since she's not getting this chicken, she's not getting this, she's not getting that, you have to find other supplements to provide for those vitamins, that protein that she's missing. And we did our research, and her mother did a good job, and we found, okay, she need to eat this more, this more, and this more, just to make up for the missing of the chicken, the beef, and things like that. And when the physician saw, like, oh, Harley's doing very well. The weight is right there, you know what I'm saying, like a normal, you know what I'm saying, size kid. So it's actually can be done correctly. And shit, now I would, if I had another kid, I'd do it the same way, because when she told me that, like, and I did the research, like, damn, we really can't digest that. Like, I'm a grown ass man. And it's hard for us to digest that.
They say you should, like, a normal bowel movement, you shouldn't have to force it out.
Yeah. You supposed to take a bowel movement, for those who don't know that's taking a shit. You're supposed to take a bowel movement every time you eat.
Yep.
After every meal that you eat, you're supposed to take a bowel movement.
So they take a shit 2 days.
Right. People that's real shit.
And that's when them farts be lethal, because you back, yo. And that's how you start getting them colon issues and them issues going on.
People who piss is like straight yellow, smelling something, like you have no water in your system. That shit just taking up all the toxins of the food and the bullshit that you see. So all the people that, especially us black men, is you drinking, you know, all this liquor every day, you drinking this lean, you drinking all that. I know for a fact your inside's fucked up. I know when you're using the washroom, taking a bowel movement or urinating, I know that shit gotta be painful.
An example of that, what you're saying, is like Gucci. Like when Gucci was on that stuff, like he was huge,
bro.
And it wasn't even like he was huge on some like super obese. It was really like all that stuff was just stuck right there.
Skin, his face, all that shit.
People thought he was a clone. Like,
I mean, he got money, so you know that kind of helps.
Yeah, but it's just
he
like
changed his lifestyle.
Yeah, you see how he changed his lifestyle. I don't know if he still do any of that stuff or not.
He said he don't.
Yeah, then in that case, like you see how like he changed completely.
He said he was in jail and his body was fucked up,
shaking,
because he had to get all that toxins out of him. He said his body was literally fucked up. That shit was like the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, so like jail was probably like the best thing that ever happened to him. But
it saved his life. And that's some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably wouldn't even be here because he was definitely drinking that bullshit and things like that. Like, one thing that black people love too is pop. But I know a lot of people that's trying to stop having, you know, their household with pop. You know, like things like that. One thing black people gonna drink though, we gonna drink that ginger ale. No,
that's the
if you
cure-all.
ain't feeling good and you ain't got no medicine, go ahead and drink your ginger ale.
It's supposed to be like better than regular soda. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so we talked about the two things, being heart issues and then cancer. But this one kind of, not shocked me, but the third reason black men are passing away is from suicide. So it says black men have a high suicide rate. It's the third leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds.
Damn.
Black Americans are more likely to experience anxiety, depression, and other symptoms of emotional distress than white Americans, yet they're less likely to receive treatment.
You know what it is though? Us as black men, we're scared to let people know, and we're scared to talk about what we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the bottom of the totem pole of every gender, every race, nationality, all that. A black man is at the bottom of the totem pole. So if it's the black woman right there, the black man is at the bottom. So everything is already against us. Mm-hmm. We got to work 10 times harder on everything. So every opportunity that we can't get and we can provide for our family and stuff like that, we go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like 15 to 24, that sounds about right. You know what I'm saying? Because you're coming into being a teenager, a young man, into a man.
And that's when you probably deal with the most changes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're dealing with the most changes. You don't know where you want to be at life, which is perfectly fine. But since we're at the bottom of the totem pole, no one's going to help us. The white woman, the white man, they're going to find ways. They're going to speak about their ways. They're going to find help. They're going to seek help. We're just taught to be fucking tough. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's a gift and a curse. And I think we were talking to Sid about that. Like, the gift and the curse of a black man sometimes is a strong black mother. Because no matter what, they always going to have our back. Even when we do the stupidest shit, they're not going to tell us that we're wrong. You know what I'm saying? When we really need to be told that we're wrong and doing what we're doing. But us as black men, we're not discussing and letting out what's going on an issue because we're so prideful. We're taught to toughen the fuck up. At 3 years old, you fall on the fucking floor, it's get up. Like, no, that's a 3-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that he's a boy, but that's a 3-year-old boy. Because if it was a 3-year-old girl, it's, oh, baby, oh, yeah, get up. But it's a boy, oh, get up, you be tough. So it's taught their whole life that it's tough love. It's not affectionate, it's tough love. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers think it's wrong to give your father a kiss. I ain't saying it gotta be on the lips and stuff like that. They look at it as wrong to give your father a kiss. Yeah. I shake my dad's hand and we give each other a kiss on the cheek, like love you. People, like, it's just so the masculinity of it is like just be tough. Like you supposed to walk up to your father, yeah, what's going on? Like, no, man, like this is your son. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, you could be 40 years old, you 60 years old, this your son. You supposed to tell him you love him, stuff like that. But we don't get that.
But you want to know the other part too, which it's kind of like something that's prevalent as well in our community, in our culture, is like because a lot of fathers aren't there.
Mm-hmm. That is true too.
The men sometimes don't have someone they feel like they can trust and tell certain things. Like they always say, daddy's girl and mama's boy kind of stuff. But like when it comes down to some shit that you probably dealing with, you probably don't want to tell your mama because you don't want to stress her out
at a certain time. Yeah, it's nothing the mother could do.
Yeah, so it's like nothing. You feel like you want to tell somebody that could relate to you or understand what you're going through, which would be, in that sense, your father. Yeah. So it's just like, and with him not being there in some people's lives, like
you gotta seek it somewhere else.
Yeah, you gotta seek it somewhere else, or you just gotta hold it in and eventually blow up, and the thoughts of suicide might come out. Because what's something that I have noticed a lot more is mental awareness has been more prevalent in the black community. Like I always hear Charlamagne and Joe Budden talk about that stuff a lot. The recent athletes, Osaka, I can't remember her name, Naomi Osaka. Mm-hmm. She was saying like, I'm not competing, for this year because my mental health and I don't want to deal with none of y'all. So I'm out. Mm-hmm. Like it's stuff like that. Like you're starting to see like people are starting to take it more serious. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a change eventually. But like you said, since we're at the bottom of the totem pole, you see the women are already taking the first steps. When it's gonna be our turn. Yeah.
With us, they don't get no fuck. Yeah. Cause we no one, you don't give a fuck the lowest part of the fucking ocean. You don't get no fuck about that. You don't know what's down there. Yeah. Just think about it. You don't know what's down there. They're at the bottom. Who gives a fuck? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at us as a society. So the way to stop that is us at the bottom. We have to take care of ourselves. Hey, bro, you alright? You good? You know what I'm saying? Check up on you. I got Dion. Darcy does the refrigerators and stuff in Inglewood. He provides them with fruit, vegetables every Monday, stuff like that. Definitely go check him out. Every time that man texts me, which is at least every other day, we have a conversation, or he'll just randomly text me like, "You good? You need anything?"
That's exactly what he say. You good?
Yeah. Most people like, man, that shit weird. But that's the type of person he is, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Just because you never know what a person going through that day. Like, man, bro, you know what? Yeah, man, I got this on my mind. This happened. Oh, you know what? Cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? I come on, we talk it out, chill, talk. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But if you don't have nobody to talk to, like you said, especially if the male figure, male figure is not there, you're screwed. Because like I said, it's nothing at the end of the day. That single mother, you're gonna do the best job you could do. Mm-hmm. But once that boy get around 12 or 13, it is literally nothing you can do but provide food and shelter over that boy's head. Because you can't teach him how to be a man or become a man or be a black man in this world. Guess what? You're not a black man. And that's nothing against you. It's nothing you can do. That's when that father needs to be there. Just like I have a daughter. When she gets to a certain age, it is nothing I can do to teach her how to be a woman. I was never a woman. I can't teach her
you can teach her what to look into.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like the female psyche, the body changes, the stuff they go to, the emotional. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's when the mother definitely has to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's still great to have both parents. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But at a certain time, like you said, it's very important. If it's not a father, make sure your uncle, your granddad, your best friend. Somebody got to be around.
It's just tough
so you
because
can talk to them.
that's something that, as you all know, hit me when my sister lost her son last year. He was 20 years old. He committed suicide. And then we was just thinking like, damn, man, like how could somebody that never been violent do something so violent to themselves? So it's just something that's tough, but you don't know what people going through.
Never know.
You know what I'm saying? Like from the outside looking in, he was doing good.
was about
You know what I'm
to say,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Check
Like
on your
Isaiah,
producer, yeah.
he was producing. You know what I'm saying? He produced a song for Lil Baby in high school. Everybody looking like, damn, this Narquise. You know what I'm saying? He was in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, working with Roddy Ricch, all type of artists. That shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean nothing. At the end of the day, like, that shit means nothing. That's why I don't.
If you're in a dark place, no matter what is going
in a
right
dark
in your
place,
life, nothing can change that.
Us as people, we just can't assume
You
they
can't.
weren't doing good because it might look like they're successful, they got enough money, things like that, but they're human.
Everybody's human,
Everybody's
bro.
human.
Everybody's
No one's
human. Like, that
perfect.
shit mean. Like, being healthy to me means everything. Mentally, I got to have a right mind frame. You know what I'm saying? I try to take care of how I'm moving. Like, if my day got to get started right, I try to make sure I'm putting the right shit in my body because you got to stay on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime you can snap, you can lose your mind or you can get sick, anything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just tough. You know what I'm saying? Especially
You know, what you were saying about that, like with the mental health and the stuff like that, the way to get away from that sometimes is to find another hobby. It's something that's healthy, which is like exercising. It's I'm a walking motherfucker. I will walk around, especially like it could be at night or something like that, just to clear your mind, especially if it's nice outside. Just to walk around and just clear your head. You can think about what you want to think about, or you could work out, do things like that. It's ways to incorporate, your mental healthness and just your free time and free space, or just have somebody to talk to. And sometimes it just don't have to be a family member or friend, because sometimes you want to go to somebody who's not going to be biased.
Yeah,
Who's going to keep it real with you.
Mm-hmm.
A person you just talk to every now and then, or just, check up on, stuff like that. Because, yes, talking to your parents is always good, but sometimes a lot of people hold back what they want to tell their parents. You want to hold back what you tell your friends and stuff like that. Sometimes it could be a therapist. Like I said, they don't have no obligations to you. You know what I'm saying? They're here to listen, take it all in and give their feedback because they don't know you like that. So
that's a stigma that needs to go away. I feel like it's getting better with time. Like a lot of stuff we saying, I feel like it has gotten better. It's still that, but it's still like it's not good enough where the change is like where it should be. But like you said with the therapist thing, like that's the biggest resource that a lot of people don't realize is available in some cases for free. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when I was working before, like something happened at the gig, and because something happened, they hit me up like an hour later, like, hey, if you need to see a therapist about what happened at the job, we can have you set up by tomorrow, free of charge. Don't have to worry about it, and you go as long as you need to go. Now, the scenario wasn't all that serious to me to need one, so I was fine. But you know what I mean,
right? People people need to go to grievance counseling when they lose loved ones or they losing friends.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of these young black men losing.
And that's why they drinking and smoking.
Like
deal with it.
They don't know how to grieve, like, and that becomes a mental issue. You know what I'm saying? Now they going into these dark places and it's constant because you know what I'm saying. You never really grieve because you can grieve for years. You know what I'm saying? There's no timetable and shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing we got to start doing.
And cry. It's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry.
Like a lot of people, like I said, we just was taught just to be.
That's because somebody gonna call you a pussy.
Yeah, something like
this
that.
And that.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? It just comes with the territory of our culture.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Our culture is. Black man's not supposed to be that emotional. Now, I'm not emotional. It's different type of emotions because I'm not that emotional guy over certain things. But when it's something I really care about, things like that, and it went an unfortunate way, or somebody I care about and it happened to them, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like that that can be heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta let that shit out. You know. So, but us at Baby, we gotta stop downing each other on just wanting to express ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially, baby, like I said, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, so we all down here together. You can't get no lower.
Yeah.
So stop beating each other down. You know what I'm saying? Instead of we just all working together and help each other build ourselves up, so we can get out the bottom.
Out the gut, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be at the bottom, but shit, I don't want it to be us. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Speaking of which, shout out to Mike for saving my life on Saturday.
no, he almost got that smack, G.
Boy.
He almost got smacked. We walking downtown, and it was
Post club.
No, this is before.
Yeah. We walking to the club, man, a small alley, and Rob's just talking, and people stop walking with your phones. You know, they say stop texting and driving. Don't text and walk either. And Rob was like walking like this, and that person coming down the alley, not honking his horns or nothing. I just saw the lights. I just grabbed Rob. He would have been gone. Smack! Gone. I probably would have took his phone, see what hoes texting, see if I could then call the ambulance. So you talking about? Did you have any belongings? My phone. I'm like, yeah, the phone got wrecked.
Make sure you don't record then call the ambulance. You know how people be. Yeah, it should be crazy, man. But yeah, man, those some good points, some good topics we made. You know, we gonna leave some links to like some free health clinics, some free mental clinics, whatever it is, because that's one thing we need to do is start taking advantage of what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, man, black men, man, we dying 7 years earlier than any other race. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
I just want to give a shout out to Herbo, because I remember he did put a lot of money into trying to build a mental health institute for for the young people. As we were saying, I just thought about like
you watch him talk, man. He mature as fuck, man.
Yeah,
like you watch his interviews, like the shit he speak on, like he been through a lot of shit.
And that's how you
mentally. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you supposed to pass it down. If you go through it, you like, you know what? I don't want the younger generation to go through it, so I'm gonna provide all the resources I can. So they don't have to go through that.
He said he got PTSD from that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is some. That's some shit that motherfuckers go overseas and come back from war with. You know what I'm saying? This shit is happening in our own city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we really gotta take care of our physical health, our mental health. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start doing that shit. Like we can't just be like, I'll be fine, because a lot of times we do so many things. Like when you hit your 30s and 40s. You know what I'm saying? You saying people pass away, and it's like, damn, that's young as fuck. Mm-hmm. Not saying like it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Somebody's gonna pass away. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta prevent.
Some shit is definitely preventable. Like you gotta stop drink. Listen, get you some sleep. Don't let nobody tell you I don't sleep. You have to fucking sleep and drink water. You have to sleep. Like people try to pride themselves on not sleeping. You know what I'm saying? I think. Steve Harvey said that shit like, oh, you're not waking up. I mean, you sleep at 8 hours. There's people that sleep at 4 hours and they had the time and this, that, and the third. And I think
just go to bed early, wake up early.
Yeah, I think John Legend wife was like, or some other person that's rich was like, I sleep more than 8 hours and I'm fucking rich. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, like I sleep more than like. Your brain has to function.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain needs sleep.
You need to.
You know what I'm saying? So if your mental is not good, you all screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Your brain needs water.
Your body is a machine.
Yeah, it's the
biggest machine on the planet.
It's a well-oiled machine, and you have to take care of it.
You gotta treat it. You
know what I'm saying? If you don't treat it well, it's gonna break down. And with the machine, you could get another one. This one, you can't.
That shit crazy. People will treat a car better than they will their body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but we just got to make sure I think we do a good job, because we do a good job with telling motherfuckers like, bro, you eat like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't eat that shit, bro. Like, I know I'm good for telling motherfuckers like, man, bro, you didn't went to the chicken spot 3 times this week, bro. Like, that shit not good for you.
Yeah, like Ron and I right now.
That shit fucks up. That shit fucks up like everything. Like shit fuck your sex drive up, all that shit. Like people don't be knowing that shit. That shit just fucks your body up. Like,
the itis is from eating bad, though.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like you could see where our stores are totally different, and the placement of it and the demographic. So the West Loop, variety of food.
Great food choices.
Great food choices. A lot of healthy food choices. Even the ice cream is organic and stuff like that. 87 Jeffrey, the only best shit you gonna get is a fucking Subway.
And that shit poison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That process
that shit was just on the
it's
noodles,
processed,
yeah.
bro. So you gotta realize, like, so people think like, oh, I'm eating healthy. Like, you gotta look, a lot of that shit processed. Like, natural juice lasts 2 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit's not supposed to last forever. You know what I'm saying? You getting this lunch meat, that shit is processed meat. You know what I'm saying? Even with people going vegan, you eat a lot of bread and shit. Like, you eating a lot of you eating a lot of processed food. You can't go vegan and eat fucking vegan Polishes and all that shit. You gotta eat natural shit. Like,
it's just crazy though. Like, you go at 87, it's a fucking Checkers, it's a fucking Burger King, it's a McDonald's,
Harold's.
and it's a Harold's, and it's all within the mile radius. I swear to God, the West Loop, it's not a fast food joint in a mile radius.
it's one McDonald's. That's it.
Yeah, and that's the
Harold's.
corporate McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's literally the corporate McDonald's that just got there. You know what I'm saying? So open your eyes, people. They putting the bullshit.
that shit in the hood.
They putting that shit in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because they know we gonna eat that shit.
They putting that in them liquor stores, man. That shit.
Go to fucking Orland.
They ain't putting that
See
shit.
if you see that. See if you see that shit over there. Go to Orland.
It's nothing but restaurants.
I mean, go to
You know what
Hyde
I'm
Park, shit.
Yeah, go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
look where you. Look
and low place and low income neighborhoods, I forgot what they call it. It's like a food drought or food pocket where they don't, like, if you look on the east side, the closest grocery store is fucking Jewels on 95th and Stony. So motherfuckers who live in 87th 71st, you live on 87th Commercial, you know what I'm saying, South Sea projects over there, you don't have a car. What the fuck you going grocery shopping at?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you going to the little corner store, you know what I'm saying, with somebody trying to sell you some meat out the back of the spot where they selling chips for cheap. Like, no, that shit is poison. Like, you gotta change that shit. You can't be buying the food every day. You gotta cook.
You gotta cook.
And that's one thing I struggle with, is cooking. Like, you gotta cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you don't know what the fuck these people be doing to this food, man, or how long. I seen something with the packaged meat where they say don't buy meat that's already like marinated, like jerk, because that shit be old. And they throw sauce on it and repack it so you can't see how discolored the meat is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. Like, who the fuck would do that shit? That shit is like
And them
criminal.
Them shits be like $5 for $5.
They give no fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? When people be having like, they be having salads and they think because it's a salad it'd be good, but you got fucking jerk shrimp on there.
Yeah.
And jerk fucking this, that.
You gotta stop
like,
eating ranch dressing. You gotta use oil dressing.
You know
what I'm saying? Like,
you know you're not supposed to put
but
that much
it's
dressing
cool.
on there.
It's cool though, cause it's a start. Everybody has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause like, my OG used to cook, eat bad as fuck. Like, you know my OG, now she real, she don't eat. When she view a person who makes salads, we used to be having fried chicken tenders in that bitch, tossed in barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how she started eating salads. Like, chicken tender, that salad was 1,000 calories.
Nothing's better than fucking growing up, hot dogs and pork and beans.
Man, a pot of that shit.
Everybody had the silver pot. You lying if you had a big ass silver pot. Like it's a fucking soup kitchen. Like they were serving pork. And my cousin, my older cousin Barbara, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And Granny, RP Granny. And it was so many of us, me, my brothers and sisters, all my cousins. That shit was fire as hell.
It was.
Hot dogs and pork and beans. It was a lot of us.
But you can't eat it now though.
I would never eat that shit now.
Yeah, bro.
I would never eat that shit now. So I ain't saying I forgot where I came from.
Yeah.
But I was old enough to change. I was old enough to change and stuff like that.
But shit. Like that noodles shit, like, yeah, noodles be fire. I ate noodles, you know what I'm saying? That shit poison, bro. That shit salty as fuck. Stop eating that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So much sodium.
I seen a nigga fucking fix a sink with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop eating that shit. Don't put that shit in your body. That shit 10 cents a pack. Yeah. Or whatever much.
If that shit cheap,
yeah, G,
you ain't supposed to eat that shit. That 4 for 4,
yeah,
you gotta let that go.
That shit, bro. Stop. But yeah, man, we gonna wrap things up, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode, Nothing But Heat. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share the page on YouTube.
Somebody's eating something terrible.
Yeah, they're
mad as hell.
Shit, I'm gonna start.
Still eat these shit.
I'm gonna start tomorrow. That's one thing niggas always say. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna get on that shit tomorrow. I'm telling them to wait to do push-ups for 10 weeks. Niggas say I'm gonna start doing push-ups, but nah, G, man. Make sure y'all, man, go to the page,
Rocky
man.
And Bullwinkle and shit.
Man, hit us up, man. Follow us on Instagram, man. _ Nothing But Heat, man. We posting content daily. Man, we gonna post the links, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. And we out.
Hold each other accountable.
Hold each other accountable, man. Get off your ass, man. Get right, black man. Let's go. Gang, gang.
secrets. Want the fire, look for me. Heat seeking. Ether